do a quick test for me?
Check. Testing.
Check 1, 2.
Do your socks match? Wow.
No.
Almost.
They match, but they don't.
You almost have your life together.
It's the most I've ever had it together. Almost. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's me. It's really great for my self-esteem every time you look at the video and you just laugh.
Troy got a haircut.
I did, and according to Torey, she's
you look like
my lunch money
Dominican
after this
lesbian.
podcast. I do. I'm back to it. It's brand awareness.
I think you have to keep it for the joke.
Yeah, that's why I did it for the joke. Welcome back to another installment of Bonding. I'm your host, 6-year-old Troy Bond. With me is not any regular co-host. With me is 6 months sober co-host.
Thank you. Wow.
Torey Cole.
Thank you for that intro. Appreciate that.
It's a
Thank
special
you.
intro for a special occasion.
6 months
sober. How you
and 4 days.
6 months, 4 days dry.
I feel great. I honestly
that?
feel really different. I highly recommend the sober life
You
to
recommend
anyone.
sober life? Do you foist it on other people?
No, but I'll explain my experience.
That's a blatant lie. We have it on tape.
Really?
You got sober.
Well, I
No,
definitely
you were
suggested
trying
it to you.
Suggested it to me every day since.
Not every day. I think you've said, "Hey, I'd like to stop drinking for a few days," and then you don't.
That's what I'm good at. You asked me earlier, what are my goals? I'm an idea man.
All right, what are your ideas?
I've always thought that we gotta legalize sex work because that's the only way you're gonna stop mass shootings. That's one of my ideas.
It's a hot take.
Yeah. Well, look at the people who commit mass shootings. They're all incels who can't get laid.
So you think if they could buy a prostitute, they wouldn't shoot people?
Because not everybody has the gift of conversation.
I think if they can buy a gun, they could buy a prostitute.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, why not?
Well, I'm just saying if they can illegally purchase the gun, they can illegally find the prostitute if they wanted to.
Yeah,
clearly,
but that puts the prostitute in danger. When there's no regulation or anything around it, or the sex worker.
So if you're saying if it was like www.buyawhore.com, there would be less.
Buyawhore.com?
Yeah.
Was this website made in the 40s? Buyawhore.com. We got a couple of dames here, all of them in fishnets. What do you like, boy? You like something in an ice cream truck? What do you want? You want a nurse?
You're good at that voice.
How about an old timey? I'll get stuck in it.
I know you do. You do slip into that.
I slip in, but I don't slip out.
Give it away.
Give it away. Take them away, toys. But that's just one of my ideas. We don't have to go down a rabbit hole.
Okay.
But you asked what were my ideas. That's one of my
got
ideas.
it.
But did you mean like goal wise?
Yeah.
You didn't set out to like stop drinking though. You just did it, right?
No, remember I texted.
I know about the texting thing. I know about the things
I shamed myself deeply.
Yeah.
I knew at the core of it was alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided I will take away the alcohol and then maybe I'll feel better. And I had a wedding a month away and I said I won't drink until the wedding. And then I got to the wedding and I felt so good that I was like, actually, this is quite lovely. Let me see how much longer I can go. And then I just kind of latched on to the sobriety life. And then I read some books that really doubled down on the whole alcohol is poison theory.
You've got to be sober to read some books.
I really scare tactics myself. The more I read about the alcohol, the more I was spooked by it. And here I am, 6 months sober.
6 months in. Not looking back. You don't get tempted to drink, do you?
No, now that I have been educated,
That's what it is.
Well, I think I've said this before on the podcast. I'll say it again. But when you drink alcohol, it's a false dopamine spike.
Right.
It sends you up, and then the crash on the other side is much lower. So now when I think about drinking, I say, in my mind, I say +5 -10. Because the reality will leave you feeling double
-5.
worse what it gave you in any sort of positive
way.
So if I remember that, I think, okay, yes, that looks really fun for, a dinner with a glass of wine or two. Your camera's really getting upset.
No, it just keeps focusing. Can you hit the knob on the thing where it says AM or MF on the lens there? If I get up, it'll do it all.
Hit AM
fuck
or
you.
M.
You see there's a little switch there. You know what? Why don't you just sit here? next day consequences. Those are the
Yes.
important things to think about. The day after. That's what got me off coke. Was I'd be like the day after. I just like it was always the recovery day that bothered me more than the actual high. I'd hate feeling like I'd be talking to people, and I'm like, this is just coke talking. Like I would never talk to you in any other circumstances, and I always hated that feeling the next day, being like, oh, I just started a friendship with this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to feel really bad when he's coming over to try to talk to me, and I'm not going to want to because I did it out of shame. It's just the shame stuff the day after.
Exactly.
Because, like, the recovery is like, all right, then I'm not going to get out of bed till, like, 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to order food that's bad for me, and then that night I'm going to go to the club, and then the next morning I'll feel good, and I'll get up, and I'll go to the gym, and I'll eat healthy. Then around, like, 7 o'clock, I'm like, I think I'll do coke again.
Yeah.
And there would just be that cycle for however long. And I wonder if there's a correlation between people getting sober after 25 or 26.
Definitely.
Because I know for men, that's when allegedly our brains fully develop. I still haven't seen the result of that yet. But
well, yours might be recovering still.
Yeah, mentally I am 8, and physically. But when do women's brains develop?
I think at like 12.
Really?
I'm kidding. I think it's definitely a lot earlier than men.
Let's see.
Oh, look, Jamie, thank you.
I'm pulling it up. When do women's brains fully develop? The second thing under it was breasts, and I was like, why would I? I'm glad I didn't type that one. It says both about 25.
Interesting.
I thought women's brains developed earlier than men's do.
Maybe.
Or was I thinking of the breast?
I think maybe the brain, like the components, like the physical makeup of it, maybe is like the same in terms of developing, but then maybe like the psychology for women is ahead of the physical, if that makes sense.
No, there's some interesting things this article is pointing out. I'm reading this article on a website I've never heard of called Shine 365. It says, why girls develop faster than boys. Do you know how to read?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
That's
learn.
going to help. I'm struggling here.
I
Big decisions, immature brains. What does that mean? It says the major changes in thought processing have already occurred for kids in their late teenage years. However, the frontal part of the brain, which controls judgment, does not mature until around age 24. That makes sense.
Okay.
24 is when I stopped doing blow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2 years ago. You're 26.
2 years ago. I'm 26 now. I'll be
forget
27
that you're
next year.
26. You're so young.
All the damage is on the inside. It doesn't really give me any answers. Wow, this was bullshit. I'm just going to make up my own. I'm going to say women's brains develop. Well, I mean, women are more mature than men at an early age, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why. I should know more about that, but
probably because we live in a patriarchal society and men sort of boys especially get whatever they want, and they get it by force when they're kids. You know, you bully a kid or you punch him or you throw him down the tube slide.
So you did?
That's what I did. If ever a kid owed me a few dollars in the sandbox, let's just say no more monkeys jumping on the bed for the next 6 to 8 weeks. That little fuck Tyler's going to learn. You sell ecstasy on my block, you better kick up.
Did you actually beat kids up growing up?
One time.
Once? Okay.
I got, because I had a big, I don't know if I've talked about this on the show. There was a big Indian population in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Indians, a lot of Brazilians, and my hometown is kind of racist. And there was these 2 girls I was friends with who had very Hindi centric names, very, 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 very deep rooted in their culture, and they always got made fun of for their names. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember this, but my dad tells it to me all the time that I when I was like 6, I beat the shit out of like 3 kids who were making fun of.
Aww, that's so
making
sweet.
Fun of her name. I've really never gotten into that many fights. I had that one time. I got into a fight with my brother, like him and I versus another kid, which Logan could handle himself. I don't. The kid was just sort of fucking with him, and then he put his hands on Logan, and I jumped in. And then I tagged Logan in, and like I look over after I tag him in, and he's like beating this kid with a razor scooter. He has like the scooter over his head.
That could really kill someone.
Yeah, and then I hit the kid one more time, and then we went home. And the kid used to take karate classes from us If you took a little more, maybe you would have
Wow.
stood a fair chance.
The razors. I mean, I remember hitting my ankle bones with.
Yeah,
with
that'll
those,
fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of your life.
Yeah, like when it would swing around, like that's the end of your ankle bone.
Yeah, and I think that's what was going on.
Actually, you're making me want to have a scooter in the city. I'd feel safe. Scootering home from Greenwich, I could just fucking
yeah,
use it as a weapon.
Everyone should always be taking a little bit of light self-defense.
Yeah, I could use it.
I'll show you some stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've been saying for a while I wanted to do that for like a beginner self-defense class, with just like comics and
That'd be funny.
people who walk home at night. And
You'd make
and
it
stuff.
funny.
Well, that defeats the purpose.
Yeah, but you'd make it enjoyable.
The guy pulls out a gun. You say, "Hey, you wouldn't shoot a guy with glasses, would you?" Honk honk. Lesson 1. Come back next week and we'll tell you how to chase after a guy who just stole your purse. The key is to skip. That's my purse.
Okay. You know what I mean.
The third one is
You'd
a
be
rape
good at
whistle.
that.
It's just a train whistle. It goes meow. It's clown school mixed with self-defense.
That's good. Yeah. Like Mace would just be like glitter. That's
And it
fun.
would still piss the guy off.
Yeah, it would really spook him.
Officer, you got to look for some guy head to toe glitter.
Sometimes I do think about if I were to be like in a scary situation, if you did just like rip a fart or something, you're gonna break the silence somehow.
What's the guy gonna be like? Okay, I was gonna rape you, but I'll admit that was funny. That was funny. I'll give you that one. I didn't see that coming at all. Not in between the tears. I did not see that coming. Good job. Good job. I'm still gonna rape you, but good job. I want to let you know.
Or what if you said something like, I don't know, just like, I'm gonna rape you.
Yeah, in the middle of it, you just go,
Yeah,
all right, my turn. Once he's done, you go, my turn.
Yeah. I think it'd be, there's something
Listen,
there.
we gotta fight.
Just make
We
it
gotta
weird.
fight back one way or another. Whether it's
If it's
with
happening,
jokes or-
it's happening. So
Yeah. That was a big thing when I was growing up. I learned that, like, if I made my dad laugh, I wouldn't get my ass beat.
right, I think you were telling me this.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of comics were funny. You were saying because you had to ease tension in your household,
Yeah.
and I'm putting myself in that situation. I was like, yeah, that's true. I was in a pretty,
Yeah. Even like I'll go home sometimes and I'm with my parents and I'll just get like that familiarity of like, oh yeah, this is what it was like growing up, like just the atmosphere of the house, like, you know, whether my brother will be upstairs and they're yelling at him or they're yelling at each other or they can't find something or whatever, and then I like find myself easing the tension with, like, last time I was home, my parents got in a huge fight right before my brother's graduation. Like, my mom was in the bedroom, my dad was in the living room. They were just yelling. I don't even remember what they were yelling at. And I just sat in the middle of the living room and lit a joint while they were fighting because I figured at some point they're going to tell me to go outside. And I was just like in the middle of them fighting. Like, my mom said something. She was like, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." My mom is a cat.
sound like
then
a chihuahua, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a hybrid. And she said something at my dad. Then my brother came out of her room and he was like, "Mom said you gotta smoke that outside." And then they stopped fighting, so
Nice.
it worked. You know, there's not always time for a bit, but there is always time for
A joint.
drugs.
Nice.
That's the goal of this podcast.
Well, I thought you were gonna say something that was funny, but
No, I haven't done that
I
yet.
think you just broke the rules and you're
Ever.
like waiting for that to work.
Yeah, I have weird. I'm at a like point now with my dad where we're friends,
Right.
which is good. It's a good feeling, but sometimes I'll be in a conversation with him and I'm like, I can't believe you just said that to me, like gross shit.
Oh.
We were talking about Rick and Morty earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He called me, and there was an episode of Rick and Morty where a character was having sex with a clone of herself.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an episode of Rick and Morty?
Yeah, 2 episodes ago. And my dad and I both watched Rick and Morty, and he called me, and we were talking about the new Star Wars show that was out, and then he was like, I got to tell you about Rick and Morty. And I'm like, I know, that Beth episode was weird. And he was like, yeah, I've never been so turned on. And I was like, I don't know why I don't want to hear my dad say that. Like, as soon as he said that, I immediately felt myself become Mormon. I was like, I don't want to fuck anybody. I want to pray. I want to go and wear magic underwear. I don't want to do anything sexual for the rest of my life after hearing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
My brother dated a girl with my mom's name once, which I thought was really weird. He'd be like, "Oh, it's okay. It's only 1 L instead of 2. My mom's name is Michelle." I was like, that doesn't make a difference.
No.
When you're calling out her name during sex. Are you going, Michelle with 1 L, not like my mom. Michelle with 1 L, not like my mom.
You said
but they broke up, thank God.
Okay, thank God.
He'll see this when the podcast comes
Does he watch?
I don't think so, actually. My youngest brother does. He says this podcast and Joe Rogan are the ones that are saving his life.
Really? I feel like are you a Joe Rogan fan? I feel like that's something that you're not about.
I enjoy listening to Joe Rogan.
Okay.
I think he has on an interesting guests. Listen, the number one rule of show business, doll, is
it's
never
Alex,
criticize
right?
anybody more famous than you.
It's Alex, your youngest?
Jack.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Why did I say that?
I don't know.
Jack. Hi, Jack.
Jack. Yeah, he listens.
Okay.
It's funny because like he's watching a lot of the stuff that I was watching when I was his age, and it's cool to see that. Because I'm 8 years older than he is, and he's going to college now, and he just watched Breaking Bad over the summer and got totally obsessed with it like I did at his age. He's watching, he watched The Sopranos right before that, and that was really cool to watch. Because like I was worried about him watching Sopranos because I was like, you're too young, you're going to get a little, it could like, it could make you identify with some of these characters that you're not supposed to identify because they're tough, sort of cool dudes.
So how you became who you are?
In a way, yeah. I always found myself identifying with the TV characters I knew I shouldn't.
What mixture of characters are you?
It's hard for me to say.
Are you like a Goodfellas, like the main character in that? Is that part of like your core, and then it like goes from there?
I don't know. I guess like I think a lot of people get into movies and shows like that, like Goodfellas or Sopranos or any kind of crime movie, because most people's lives aren't dangerous.
Yeah.
And those lives are dangerous and interesting, and you want to be sort of a part of that. And the first time I watched Sopranos was when I was moving to the city, and I was sort of identifying, and I was finding myself. I'd never had an identity really before that. I mean, I did, but like here I was becoming an adult, and like I'd see how those guys sort of were. And I'd like trying to emulate it, and I'd want to, emulate some of their behavior. I'd be watching Mad Men, and I'm like, Don Draper drinks whiskey every day and smokes cigarettes too.
So
and he's creative. I already was, but now I had a reason to keep doing it.
Yeah, it was really like romanticized.
I'm very impressionable. I'll be the first to say. I'll see a movie, and then I'll make my personality off that main character's personality for like a week or two. But as I was getting older, and my life was falling apart, I was like, oh, these guys are characters in a TV show that's fictional. I remember like the first time I ever like was talking to a girl when I was in 6th grade. I was quoting lines to her from the Thriller music video.
Wow.
And it was a terrible game. I had no game at all. I'd be on the phone and be like, I have something I want to tell you. You know I like you, don't you? She's like, what? I said, you know I like you. I see you in class all the time. We're reading about the Fertile Crescent, and I wonder if you've turned this crescent into a moon with me. Click, hung up. But
yeah, I could see that not landing.
Yeah, I wasn't smooth I didn't have no game up until I pretty much moved to the city. No game at all. I had a couple of girlfriends, but I didn't have any game. Did you have any high school romance?
Yeah.
You had a lot or a little?
I had one boyfriend.
All through high school?
For 2 years.
What years?
My freshman, sophomore.
First 2 years of high school. Now, did you come into high school with this boyfriend, or you met in high school?
He was 2 years older than me. So when he left, we broke up.
Right. Because that's the law.
Right. Exactly. And then it kind of just like lingered for another like year or so. And then I dated someone else for like a year. So I actually always was talking or dating someone in high school.
Yeah.
And then in college, end scene there. and then now end scene even more so.
Yeah. I put out a thing on Instagram telling everybody send us some voicemails because we'd love to hear from you and we'll listen to them on the podcast. And we got a few, so I thought we should listen to them.
Let's hear them. Oh, are you gonna like just like dub it in? Yeah. Okay. This is intimate. This is a part of your body. It's
a part of my body inside of you. Boy, I have to remind myself to cut that line out. Okay.
I feel like AirPods are like just kind of like a no-fly zone, but I'm really letting it happen. This is as intimate as I've gotten with anyone.
I know. I knew we were going to be doing this.
You wiped the earwax off?
I cleaned the AirPod
Blessings.
and I thoroughly cleaned my ear.
Thank you.
But I'm not going to tell you which one. Okay. This first message is from Claire.
Claire.
6 seconds. Let's see what Claire has to say.
Just 6 seconds?
Yeah. I don't know. Let's
Whatever. It's not in the AirPod.
I know. I fucking know, dude. Hold on. Let me see there. All right. First voicemail from Claire.
Hey, let me know if you want to get married. I have vision, medical, and dental.
Okay.
That's
She said y'all, so I don't know if that was.
Did she say y'all or yo?
Oh.
Can you be polyamorous and put the person on your insurance?
Anyways, next.
Well, off to a great start there, Torey. Thank you, Claire. I am very flattered, and I think that if you keep putting yourself out there and letting them know that you have insurance, you're destined to find
that's a hard
someone.
sell.
That's
a hard sell.
No, that's an easy sell.
Hard sell means like.
Hard sell is like can't sell it. That's the whole point. You could sell having insurance to find love. That's an easy sell.
Yeah, you're right.
A hard sell would be no insurance. I'm a hard sell. I'm a working comic with no health insurance. That's a hard sell.
Sometimes I think it's when they try to sell really hard.
I guess that could be it too.
Yeah. So that was a hard sell.
But that wasn't hard. She was very just, hey, just want to let you know, putting this out there.
All right.
Like you would ask somebody to I'll help move a couch. That's what that sell was. That was a
medium sell.
Yeah, I feel like we learned a lot about sales for that voicemail. Okay, we got another one right here. This is from Avi, AVI. Oh, it's a minute. Okay, let's see.
Hey, Troy. Hey, darling.
This is for you.
You didn't pick up your phone for like 10 times today, so I'm just trying to reach you. So we were supposed to meet at like our favorite bar last night, and you didn't come, and I'm kind of wondering why you're like being like this. I've been stood up by you like 4 times already, and we just keep rescheduling, and it just I'm so fucking done, man. I'm on the shit again as well, man. I'm fucking coked out of my fucking mind, bro. Fucking help me out, bro. Let's fucking out. All right, see you later, bro.
That was my mom.
Okay.
That was interesting.
Do you know that person?
No idea who that was, but I think he
I feel
is...
it was weird having that in my head. Like, I feel like I just had a mental
That's
breakdown.
going to be in my head for
I feel like
every time I
just had a
close my
mental
eyes.
breakdown.
Yeah.
We're not going to play that on the
that was a
podcast, are
second
we?
hand. Yeah, no. I mean, that was the point of them leaving them so we could play them. These people want to hear their voices
He
back.
clearly wants to meet you at a bar.
Yeah. And we was trying to be funny. It wasn't working.
Freaked me out.
Yeah. That was I think that was the Joker.
I didn't like that.
Hey, Troy. Wondering why you keep standing me up. You and all the voices in my head are all the same.
You're really good at that.
Never picking up on your commitment. Well, Batman,
I feel like if you actually played the Joker, you would have like a psychotic break.
I would love to play the Joker.
I know, and I think you'd be really good at it, but you'd get so into character, and then everyone would be like, what happened to Troy?
Nah.
It would be like
I'm already broken.
Heath Ledger thing.
Yeah. Well, that was the cautionary tale. I'll just know not to give that much of a shit about it.
Well,
I always wanted to be Batman, but they're never going to let me be Batman. So I've settled on Robin because I have a young face, but I'm too tall. They'd have to have like a Batman that was like 7'2".
Yeah.
Because I'm 6'4".
The Joker would be interesting.
I would love to be the Joker.
Would that
I wrote
be
a sketch
whiteface? Would it be like racist?
No. I always thought for the next installment of the Joker, what they should do is have Lakeith Stanfield play the Joker. He's the guy from Atlanta, and he's black. Mm-hmm. I think that they should do a Joker where he is obviously oppressed systemically, and he's trying to make it as a comic, and the cops are always fucking with him, and then he's got to do, because the story of the
talking about
Joker, the
yourself?
reason why Joker became the Joker was because his wife was pregnant and he needed to make some extra money. He was a working comic, and then the mob came to him and they were like, you can help us pull off this bank job over here in this warehouse, and we'll give you some extra money for your wife, and you'll be able to take care of her, whatever. Then he goes there at like a chemical plant. Batman shows up and knocks him into a vat of chemicals, and it turns his skin green, or his skin white, and his hair green. And then his pregnant wife, dies in a fire after that. So then he pretty much becomes Joker. And I think they could do a really interesting story where it's centered on the identity of the Joker and him being black, and then he falls in the vat of chemicals, and now he's white. And twisted and clown prince of crime. It's an idea fleshed out. I think they could do it.
That was fascinating just to like hear you say all of that.
Yeah,
I didn't know the story of the Joker. Which might be embarrassing for me to admit.
No, that's really his only origin. He's kind of a mystery character. That's why everybody was so apprehensive at first about that Joaquin Phoenix movie, but that ended up being a great origin story for the Joker too, and it's like a mascot for incels. Like, that's an example of people identifying with the wrong character in that Joaquin movie. Because a lot of it's relatable. You know, you're an outsider. You got something that you're selling something nobody's buying. So you finally, you take revenge on everybody. But not the guy you want to be your idol. So thank you for that weird-ass message, Avi.
Yeah, I hope the rest are a little better.
Yeah, I hope they're a little lighter. Let's see. This one's from Anonymous. Oh, boy.
I feel like I just said a lot about someone who might be... And then if you what, and then, I don't want to,
Well, he was joking.
Okay.
He was clearly joking. You don't pick up on that sometimes, and it makes me worry about you. Like, that was a joke voicemail, and you're like, should we get him help? Can we track his IP? Can we send him some Lexapro? Like, no, he's fucking with us. We're not the only ones who can tell a joke, Batman. All right, this one's from Anonymous. Let's see.
Hello. Okay, I hope this is working, but yeah, basically one of my friends like really has a big crush on you, and I wanted to know, like, would you ever date a fan, like someone that like is really into you but like you really don't know? Is that like weird?
What about me?
Yeah, just like let me know, because like I totally want to hook you up with my friend, and like I'm actually really asking for my friend, and she's super into you, so yeah, just let us know and like we'll hook it up, like, and we can like party together and stuff. All right, have a good one. Bye.
Well, that was Anonymous, which I feel...
I like how she made it clear that it was not for her. It was for her friend.
I thought this was an AI voice at first.
It sounded like, hello. Yeah.
I was terrified. If you or someone you know...
has a big crush
on Troy Bond, please call us at
Call
1-877. We are lonely.
We can party together.
Thank you. I'm flattered by that, whoever your friend is.
Me too.
Has great taste. Could have been talking about you. They didn't say either one of us specifically.
That's true.
I am not. I always make me uncomfortable.
Are you gonna share this on the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm balls to the wall.
All right. Balls are out.
My balls are out on this podcast, but they're for me and me only. But good luck to you and your friend. I generally don't date voicemails.
No fans.
No fans. That's how you get stabbed in the chest with a letter opener. 29 seconds coming in. We have had Avi.
Is that how Selena died? Was that a Selena reference? No, she got shot. Anyways,
she did get shot by a fan.
Right. That's,
same as John Lennon.
I knew it was a fan.
Yeah.
All right. Next. Sorry, I didn't mean to side note.
No, that was flattering. And also, you just got to be careful these days with fans. See that Adam Levine stuff? So embarrassing.
Yeah.
Same with that I've never heard of the Try Guys ever. Now I know way more about them than I ever want to. But one of them got caught doing some shit they weren't supposed to. But thank you. I am gonna play the next voicemail now because the last one made me uncomfortable. Here we go. Ari.
Hi Troy. Hi Torey. It's Ari, long-time listener, first-time caller. I've always wanted to say that. Just wanted to say that you guys are doing an absolutely smashing job. Love the podcast. Keep it up, and lots of love from Canada. I know I sound like one of the Queen's fucking corgis, but yeah, lots of love from Canada. If you guys are ever in Vancouver, let us know. We'll have a great time. Yeah, keep it up. Okay, slay. Bye.
She's got to work on how she gets off the phone. She said bye like 10 times. But other than that,
I
that was a lovely message from Ari. Thank you very much, Ari.
I've
That
been
means a
talking
lot.
with Ari in DMs, actually. I think it's the same
You've been
person.
talking to Ari in DMs?
Yeah, she's DM'd me a few times. She's very nice. Hi, love you.
Hi,
so
Ari. Thank you
much.
for the
Thank
normal
you.
voicemail.
Yes, that was
I'm trying
reassuring.
to get up to Vancouver. Once I get the passport, I'll be up there. I've never been up there
I think
before.
she's a comic as well.
Is she?
Yeah. So
Well, that's even better.
we could do a show.
I always like it when comics listen to this podcast.
Right? It's
Usually we never
validating.
support each other. Thank you, Ari. I would love to
Love
get
you
up to
back.
Canada. I'm trying to get up there one of these days. I've never been. I have a lot of Canadian friends. A lot of people from Canada in comedy. Some of the funniest people I know are Canadians, and some of the most Canadian people I know are from Canada.
All Canadians are really nice too.
All
It's like a
Canadians are
fact.
from Canada as well.
Lovely voice too.
Lovely voice. You have a great
Lovely-
voice. That was
lovely voice.
sound like one of the Queen's corgis. That was sweet.
She's funny.
She's funny. She must be a comedian. This one is from Isabella. I also like that Ari was like, first time, long time. I've always wanted to say
I
that
know,
too.
it's really sweet.
I should have left a voicemail on this. Isabella.
Nope.
Yeah, this one's
I
definitely
don't
not
like
going
this
in.
at all.
Just kidding. I love you. I think you're hilarious. How do I send this shit?
Well, he sounded ugly. That was a lot. Sorry, that was right in your ears, everybody. Oh man, don't let that be the last one.
That's the last
I
one.
think so. Let me see. Speak pipe. I think that may have been our last one. Oh no, we got some more. Here we go. This one, oh my god. This one is from Big Fat PHAT Penis Hunter.
No way.
Big Fat
we're
Penis
gonna,
Hunter.
We're gonna listen to this.
That's this guy's name. Listen, after we just listened to that last one, they can only go up from here. Let's see.
So, I can never really tell. And I'm going to need you to tell me what are some factors that you think let you know that a man has a nice big fat one. I mean, I'm gay, and I don't want to waste the time trying to see if you're a good person and blah 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 whatever before you have a good dick. I just want to know. It's like, what are some markers that you think make a man be known to the world? Make a man be known to the world.
What is with all these people calling in day drunk?
Like,
How do you know it's the daytime?
Jeans with the shirt tucked in. Does he have big hands? Nice fingernails? Or I guess like this question is more so, I guess, what do you find in common with men who have big penises? Like, how do they present themselves? All together.
I hope he's
like,
drunk.
I hope so too.
They all wear jeans with the shirt tucked in, and have nice fingernails. I don't know.
Again with the fingernails.
Help me find big dicks.
Well, listen. I haven't been to the meetings in a very long time.
The big dick meetings.
The big dick meetings. But it's not like we're sitting around naked. We're sitting around discussing ideas, the future. It was weird. He kept going back to me on fingernails. Like, what's
I
the
feel
correlation between a big? Can you not keep your
I feel
fingernails
like-
clean if you got a massive dong?
Unkept fingernails would be a sign of a big dick.
Why?
I don't know. It just shows like you're just kind of like whatever. Like I feel like if you take too much time to have like perfectly polished nails that are perfectly trimmed down all the time, that's like small dick energy to me.
Yeah, I don't got time to be worried about my fingernails. I got all
I don't
this
know if
dick
that's a
to
hot
upkeep.
take, but my friend
Yeah.
once told me to. I thought this was pretty funny. She said that men look like their penises, and if you ever think about that, again, I don't know how many men and how many penises you've seen, but anytime I've done that
Seen a lot
exercise,
of
it's pretty
guys.
funny.
I haven't seen a lot of dick.
It's a funny if you have the ability to do a side by side comparison. It's quite funny, and I think it's pretty accurate.
I've tried, but the post gets taken down every time I do it, and it's got to be like one of those like it's like 10 panels because it's just so much to cover.
Right.
But yeah, man. Listen, best of luck to you
Yeah.
and your hunt for fat penis. That was strange. These are not normal voicemails, but I didn't know what I was going to get. And I'm happy we're getting engagement. This one is from Mia coming in at 119. Let's see.
Hey, Torey. Hey, Troy. This is Mia.
You first.
Just wanted to
Wow,
say
she's
that
dead
I
to me.
love your podcast. You guys are really funny, so I watch it whenever
Thank
I
you,
get
Mia.
the chance to. I actually met you guys both back in August during the Troy and Friends show. And it was great to see you guys for the first time and meeting you to talk about the podcast, your performances, and everything. You guys are really great people. And Troy, I am so proud of you that you sold out your first Florida show ever. That was really dope. You did an amazing job. The last time I spoke to you, I know you were super excited to go to Florida because it was your first time ever. So I'm glad the show went amazing. I also wanted to thank you too for walking me to the train station that Sunday night, the last time I saw you, because I love talking to you. So it was really nice that you spent time just talking and laughing with me. And I also kind of felt a little bit safe too, because I didn't realize how late it was until I got home. So that was really nice. And you gave me one of your comic books too. So it was really interesting reading my very first comic book ever on the train at like 2:00 in the morning. So thank you so much. I'm actually coming back next week to see you perform. I convinced all of my best friends to come out and see you too as well. So I'm really excited. They're going to see you perform, and they're going to see exactly why I love seeing you perform on and off the stage. So thank you, Troy. Bye, guys.
Like, she's out of her fucking mind. Thank you, Mia. That was really sweet. I know who this was, Mia.
Yeah, I know Mia. Hi,
she
Mia.
came to our show we did last month, and then she came. I just saw her randomly on the street a couple of weeks ago, and she told me that she came to the show, and I was like, yeah, I remember her. And we were talking. She was leaving Broadway, and I walked her over to the train, and yeah, I remember giving her one of the comics because I was gonna give the set to Audrey, but I gave the first issue to Mia.
Look at
Gladly. But I gave her I'm glad her first comic was Spider-Man. It was a good place to start. Mia was a sweetheart. Thank you for the love, Mia. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I said you're dead to me when you addressed Torey first, but that's the way it should be.
I appreciate
that. Was very sweet. That made me feel like
loved.
That was a good one to play after Big Fat Penis Hunter. This one is from the Ice Cream Man. That sounds kinky.
Hey Troy, I'm here at the ice cream truck, and it's got me wondering, what would you order from the neighborhood ice cream truck as a 7-year-old kid? Here are your options. Character bars with the gumball eyes. You had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You had Scooby-Doo.
Is this a Ice Cream Man is a
You
pimp
had
from the
Strawberry
70s?
Shortcake with the Dippin' Dots. You got the Choco Taco, which is now discontinued. Can you believe that? You had the snow cone, or the firecracker red, white, and blue popsicle.
I think he's recording this on a
Nothing
Nokia.
American more than that. We got the creamsicles, but not to confuse yourself with the popsicles. We got the chipwich, you know, those cookies with the vanilla in between, not to be confused with
God,
the
he's
ice cream
really doing the
sandwich.
whole
This guy is going.
Chocolate in the outside.
This is really committed to this
Push-up
bit.
pops. Yeah, the otter pops.
It's a lot with the
Yeah,
truck.
This is
With the nuts
Yeah.
in your mouth.
Thank you, Ice Cream Man. I literally can't take any more of that. But that was
What was your go-to order?
my go-to order. I would say I ice cream truck. I like to get a vanilla cone cherry dipped, like the hard.
See, the truck that came to my pool was just, everything was like pre-wrapped.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, like the SpongeBob's and the Tweety Birds and the Spider-Mans and all that. Yeah,
You went rogue on your answer.
Oh well, I mean they all taste the same, but the best one is SpongeBob.
SpongeBob was
That's
my
the best
go-to.
one. Yeah, with the gum. I always ate
The
the
black,
eyes first, like a freak.
bleeding eyes.
Yeah, so it looked like Annabelle. I loved that.
Strawberry shortcake is a classic.
Strawberry
as well.
shortcake classic one too. Yeah, we had an ice cream truck when I was a kid. The local mechanic drove it. His name was Mo. Mo's ice cream truck. He's a good guy. Never had any money for it though, so I stole it all. But yeah, that's what I would get. Tweety. What did I say? Whatever I said is what I would get. I'm thrown by the horny nature of these voicemails.
You think that was the horny one?
No, that was a weird one. That guy is probably going up at open mics doing that character. Adam Del Rio coming in right here. How are you liking these voicemails?
They're interesting.
You seem very uncomfortable. Sometimes when I'm editing the show, I gotta cut away from it because you just do like a dead stare into space, like you're not having any fun.
Really?
All the time. All the time. Okay, Adam.
I got a dog, and someone was like, cats are better because you can't train cats; they're more independent. And I was like, the fuck, you can't train? You trained your cat, motherfucker. You trained it wrong. You trained it to shit in a box in your fucking living room, okay? I mean, I like cats, but I'm allergic. So they were like, yo, just, get a hairless cat. And then you're cool. Like, no allergies. I'm like, all right, hold up. Yo, I got rules. Like, if I'm going to live with a hairless pussy, it's got to be over 18 and not shit in a box, okay? It's got to shit on my chest like I trained it to.
I think he meant to send that into the To Catch a Predator podcast.
Yeah.
But that was a bit.
That was a bit.
Good job, Adam.
Take that to
that was
your
funny.
first
That'll work.
open mic.
Yeah, take that to a mic, or maybe you're already a pro and you're doing this in the litter box circuit. But that was, I believe in you, buddy. You got 8 more lives after that one. This one's from Anonymous as well. Oh boy, could this be another hookup?
Hi, Troy and Torey. My name is Emily. My name's Rebecca. And we are both art students. My major is film and her major is audio. And we know both of you are comedians, and we want to know any advice you can give us on how to deal with people saying we're not going to make any money with our major and just haters. I love your podcast, and yeah, bye.
Well, fuck the haters.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be like, we can make your podcast for you.
No, yeah. Don't call in unless you're going to give me something. Fuck. We're struggling over here. Well, that's, no matter what you do, you're going to have naysayers.
Thanks for listening,
Thank
first
you for
of all.
listening. Thank you for the love. You're already on the right path to making it if you're listening to us. But no, I would say you have to, you either have to listen in none of the criticism or listen to all of it. I've talked about this before about my relationship with reading comments.
Right.
I hate reading comments because I feel like if I read the good ones, I have to read the bad ones too, just to weigh it all. But the more that I do that, the more I realize that criticism isn't objective. It's somebody's subjective truth, and it's a reflection of how they see the world. And just because they see something some way and I disagree with it, that doesn't make them inherently wrong. It could make me wrong, it could make them wrong, it could make us both right. And the more time you spend focused on doing something because of what somebody's going to say, the less time you give yourself to grow as an artist. So my advice would be to take in all of the criticism to help you grow, but also it's not gospel. And if you're getting into this business, film, TV, artists, podcasting, comedy, whatever, it's based on overwhelming majority public opinion of you. And you are going to have, your audience is going to find you, and they're going to support you, and they're going to love you, and so are your haters. And you need to understand that you're going to have both of them, and you need both of them to be successful. And
I was saying,
yeah,
it's a cheesy one that I think I made it up because I haven't heard it.
Let me just reset this real quick. Speak your truth.
I've said this and I say all the time: anything great, people are gonna hate. Either they're gonna be jealous or just not gonna be their
dumb.
Taste.
Can't
but I
believe you
like
rhymed
to
that.
say it
Jesus.
because I believe it's true and it helps me. So fuck you, Troy. I think it's great.
If you want to be successful, just rhyme any time you're lying to yourself.
You liked it.
I would rather listen to Big Fat Penis Hunter again than ever listen to that again.
I'm going to say that to you every time I see you now.
If you want to be great, embrace the hate. Is that what you said?
I said if Anything great, people will hate.
Oh, that's true. So I guess that's why you're so well loved. Sorry, that was mean. That was so mean. This is our last one from Lulu. 5 seconds. 5-second ones kind of scare me.
Hey guys, I really love the podcast. Would you ever consider doing a show in the UK?
The UK? I'd love to come to the UK, Lulu.
We'd love to.
I just don't have a passport right now.
You don't?
No.
You should
Never
get
been out of
one.
the country. I can't with my parole.
Really?
Yeah.
You're on parole?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
I told you about it.
Well, I knew about all the things,
Yeah.
but I didn't know it was still a thing.
Yeah, I've been on parole for about 12 years.
Jesus.
Yeah. For pushing that kid down the tube slide in 4th grade. No, I just don't have a passport.
Jesus.
I don't have a passport. As soon as I do, I'm coming to
Well,
the
you
UK.
can get one.
I could get one. There's a vending machine outside.
Yeah.
Just press D12 and then boom, there you
3
go.
quarters. That's it.
Yeah. No, I've never been. I'd like to go. Been watching a lot of documentaries about the Middle East lately, and that's been itching my travel bug. I don't know why I have such a fascination with the Middle East. I have the weather on my phone.
In the Middle East?
To Syria. I like to check the weather in Syria sometimes, just to see
What
it's
weather
like.
app do you use?
The weather app
Hmm.
on everyone's phone. I don't know why I'm so fascinated with. I think it's just because it's a physical embodiment of how evil our empire is. Because we did all that to them. I was watching that thing about when we left Afghanistan and shitloads of people were fleeing to our airport to try to get out. It got so bad that a shitload of people just hung on to an airplane as it took off, and
I'm guessing they all died.
Yeah, every single one of them.
That's so
I'm not used to seeing
sad.
dead bodies, and they were showing the bodies flopping off the planes, and it was crazy.
You
It's
can't
rough.
unsee that.
Yeah, I was eating a pizza too when it was
Oh.
going on. It was never forget. But I will come to the UK right after I go to
Why'd you
Afghanistan.
make that so dark and weird?
I didn't mean to. It just sort of came
I
out.
don't
I
like
thought you
it
were
at
going to
all.
stop me.
I
but
let it happen.
Yeah, it's your fault. Thank you.
Was it the last one?
That was the last one.
Okay, mixture of love and weird. I feel
Love
like
and
that's
weird.
our
I think that's our
podcast.
brand. That's good for
That's
us.
our
Those were
brand
some
fully.
good voicemails. If you want to leave a voicemail, you can leave one for us at speakpipe.com.
Ari and Mia, a
Bonding
shout out.
podcast.
Sorry.
You give.
got
Leave. I
really
said
excited.
us.
I know. I just want to give Ari and Mia a shout out.
Oh, Ari and you.
Mia.
Mia.
Isn't it
Ari
Mia?
and Mia. Okay.
Yeah.
Ari
Sorry,
and Mia.
I talked
Shout out
over you.
Ari
You need
and
to be
Mia.
better about that.
About what?
Talking over you.
No, you could talk over me. Listen, we're moving away from a patriarchal society.
I know, but it
want you
helps
to
the
talk
editing and the sound quality.
It does. Yeah. Thank you. That's thank you for your voicemails. Follow us on YouTube. So please subscribe to our YouTube if you're watching this right now. Hopefully you have clicked subscribe. But we're trying to grow this channel out. This is an exclusive Bonding YouTube channel. You can see clips, some behind the scenes stuff, and full episodes are here. Follow us on Instagram too at Bonding Pod. Torey is at Torey Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're listening to this, let's be honest, you follow me already, especially if your name is Big Fat Penis Hunter. But that is the end of our show. Any last words?
No.
Okay.